Okay, hello, welcome back, Happy New Year and everything. This is the first video of 2019, so Happy New Year and hope you had a good Christmas break and New Year break and everything. Anyway, so we thought we'd start off with something that isn't entirely my favourite part of tango, isn't entirely my speciality, shall we say, but we do need to look at it occasionally. So we started off with a bit of rhythmic tango, a bit of milonga style dancing, although in our usual sort of neo-nuevo kind of feel to it. Now, as you know, with the normal sort of tango that we teach, it tends to be very open and very expressive. You've got a lot of flexibility of connection. The timing is kind of down to you. You know, you've got a lot of room and scope to play with it. Whereas when you're dancing in this sort of milonga rhythmic style, you don't have anything like as much scope. You tend to think about dancing on the beat, pretty much every beat. So even if you're just walking, rather than in tango you might be, you know, a bit of variation in there, a bit of rock step, a few side steps. When you're looking at the sort of milonga rhythm, it's much more step, 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 1, 2, 3, step, 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 1, 2, 3, step, step, step. So you're getting this whole idea of something happening on every beat. It's also a lot smaller because it's quite fast. All your steps are smaller, so you don't get any of this extended tango walking that we tend to do. Everything tends to be very, very short little steps with a lot of rock going on. And we put a little bit of dissociation in. So as we walk, just like when you're walking down the street, you know, your arms tend to swing. If you look at it, your right arm goes forward when your left leg goes forward, and vice versa. If you walk matching,
the Michael
McIntyre walk, or if you're my age, the Phil Collins walk from the I Can't Dance video. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Too long ago. Look it up. So when you're walking in this sort of style, you end up with a little bit of a tom, 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 tom. It's still led from the chest, it's not led from pumping the arms. So we end up with this nice little connection going on. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you end up with this almost all rolling kind of walk, but very tight and very compact. Very close connection. It needs to be because everything's quite sudden, quite brisk. So you have a good right arm connection. So anyway, what we actually looked at today was first of all, keeping that connection going. 1, 2, 3. And then added in a rock step. Before walking out. Now, the rock step is driven by the chest, it's not driven by the leg going back and forwards, or by knowing that the arm is going the other way. It's going by the fact that I'm leaning very slightly forwards and very slightly back. Forwards and back, yeah? So, forwards, back, forwards, back. And the reason that this little twist helps is because by going forwards and back, we're throwing weight forwards across the centre line, back across the centre line, and it's hard to do it quick. Whereas by counterbalancing with a bit of dissociation, everything works just a little bit better. Physics. Newton's first law, can't remember. Anyway, Newton's laws of motion. You know, and by putting a bit of energy backwards as well in that shoulder twisting, it means we can move that connection quite quickly. So, in theory, we can do this at slowish speed, or, yeah, we can speed it up. Okay, so we looked at that step, and we also looked at the ocho cortado. We've done this before, a while back, but this is the first time we've really looked at it in terms of this slightly faster rhythm. The ocho cortado is as if you're doing an ocho, but you don't quite finish it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, open and cross. So if we do that the other way, so you can see the follower's footwork. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, open and cross. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, open and cross. So my footwork is I'm 1, 2. 1, it's a touchdown, it's not a step forward. So I step back and make a little bit of space. You see, rather than coming back to there, I'm coming back slightly behind my own foot to give her room to walk forwards in a straight line. So it's touch, back, open a bit. Then I open all the way. Again, it's a touchdown. It's not a full transfer of weight. It's a touch and back onto that one, and then carry on turning, cross. Followers, what you want to make sure is you're keeping your chest connection with your partner. But if you do it this way around, I think it's the most visible. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Chest connection is here. Hips are facing this way because she's still going forward. Open. Chest connected. Hips still facing me. You can kick that toe out as a bit of decoration, but in reality the leg is still facing that way. You can just turn it out for a bit of decoration and a bit of balance. Yeah? And then cross. She stays facing me the whole time as I just rotate around. Hips and chest, shoulders all end up still facing me. So again we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, open and cross. 1, open and cross. 1, 2, 3, open and cross. Yeah? Now the counting of that can be fairly rhythmic if it's a fast piece of music. So if you're trying to do it to 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, yeah, it's quite fast. But if you're dancing it to a slightly slower piece of music, try and add in this sort of 1, 2, 3. Oh, so 1 and 2 and with a pause on that second and 3 and 4. So looks a bit like 1, 2, 1 and 2, pause, 3 and 4, pause, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? So you get this gap in the middle, so you're not rushing it. You've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of movement still, you're not freezing. It's not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So keep flexible. Everything's still 3, 1, 2, 3. It's flowing, but fast. We did a couple of other things on Tuesday, but I can't remember what they are. So if I remember, I will add those into another video at some point, or a little additional bit of video to go with this one. But if you were at the Tuesday class, perhaps you can remind me what we did. But we did some of that, and we did a few other bits as well. That was professional, wasn't it?
Yeah, flawless.
Flawless.
Yeah.
It's like do this as a job, isn't it? Okay, anyway, I think that was it. Yes.